cold world.
Good morning and hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about these markets. Will kind of threw me off a little bit there. I don't know if you guys heard it right when we went live. It's a cold morning at least, as we are rejecting a little bit off the highs on Bitcoin. We're going to talk about all of that, of course, and then some our expectations for directionality across all markets as we head into Jackson Hole, which I believe is Thursday, right? Maybe it's Friday. I'm not sure. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by our full cast and crew today: Tucker, Max, Louie, Will's Outlook, and Jackass. Welcome, guys. I love when we get the whole panel together like this. But yeah, we're going to have a great Tuesday show for you guys. We are going to cook. We're going to look at charts. We're going to probably discuss Chairman Jerome Powell's speech later this week. But before we can do that, I'm going to ask if you guys can smash that like button. You did a great job yesterday. I think we almost got to 300 likes. Jackass even did an impromptu cook in the middle of the stream. So if you guys could be so kind as to once again smash, slam, hammer, whatever adjective you need to use to hit that like button, we would all be very appreciative of you doing so. But to talk more about the charts, guys, right? I mean, we are seeing, we joked about it when we went live, right? A cold morning. We're seeing a little bit of, we pumped in Asia, showing some weakness in New York. Stop me before if you guys have heard that over the last few months. New York and the burgers are once again selling all the coins, it seems, at least on a lower time frame. That is how we've started today. But we've also talked about how it makes sense for crypto to be trading increasingly correlated with the equity market, given the lack of liquidity that's currently present in all markets. So it shouldn't be a total surprise to see something like Bitcoin and ETH down 1% to 2% on a day where you have ES and NASDAQ down about 0.5%, not even 0.5%, right? That is what beta does ultimately. And altcoins are, altcoins are kind of a mixed bag from what I can tell this morning. So I don't want to form too many conclusions. We got, just like on Bitcoin and ETH, we got some really nice pumps in Asia session. Some of these altcoins, I love to use this phrase, they just need a little bit of elbow grease before they can start looking really good. And I think if they can continue to grind up into these previous levels of support that are currently flipped as resistance, you flip those, game back on, right? Until then, we have to exercise a little bit of caution with some of these altcoins until majors kind of decide what directionality they want to pick and stop waffling at this little inflection point that we have, right? I feel like it's kind of like even within this range, it's so over. We're so back. But don't worry, guys. Like I said, we are going to break down all the charts for you today on Bitcoin, ETH, altcoins, and of course the equity markets as well. Given that it is a pretty big week for the macro bros, Jackson Hole. Last year, I want to say Jackson Hole was very bullish. The year before, it was very bearish. What will Jerome say this week? I guess we'll find out. There's also, interestingly enough, and this will be the last thing I say. Interestingly enough, there is a blockchain conference going on right now into the conference in Jackson Hole. Who would have thought? Not me. I wonder why that is. But I really don't think it's all that important. I just thought it was interesting. Either way, guys, what are we seeing in the markets? How are we approaching this week, knowing that we have Powell on Thursday or Friday? I'm not sure the exact date. Is it even a thought of ours to think about Powell into this event? And what are you guys thinking of the lower time frame and mid time frame price action?
Super chat. Super chat.
We do have a
before we
Before we jump into it, I just want to say that I was very pleased yesterday with you guys liking the button without even us reminding you guys. It's not that we enjoy it, it's just the incentive structure on YouTube. So we kind of want to have like this partnership between us and you, right? Where you like just keep on clicking it, not because you like actually like the stream, which you obviously do, otherwise you wouldn't be here. But you just do it because it's just how the incentive structure works. But this is how we always imagine it. So I was very pleased. I cooked some alpha for you. Had some more on the lower time frames, which played out. If you remember the pain things I did on lower time frames yesterday. But anyways, this is a way to do it, guys. And when it comes to the market, yeah, crap, guys. We are at the levels not seen since yesterday, the day before, and the past week and the week before.
Crypto Maxi, you're awesome. I just want to point that out.
Yeah,
You
you're the
come here
goat.
daily and hook it up. You know, you allow me to get a free hamburger from each trash can that I'm digging in, and I greatly appreciate it. It's a cold world. It's a cold world this morning.
There it is.
One of those days where you're just like, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I put my money in, it's disappearing again.
What does that mean,
I
Will?
kind of like that catchphrase. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of it is kind of catchy, right? Like it's a cold world.
Yeah, it's a cold world, man.
No.
You don't think so?
I
We're not
mean, yeah, but we just can't give credence to that, you know.
Yeah,
Nah, I mean, look, I'm even a little bit, but I like cool a lot, so it doesn't really matter. I guess the biggest thing here is like, you know, a lot of people are looking at this and they're fearing the worst. Like they're counting supports like significantly below many other supports, right? Which doesn't logically make any sense. You should always count your eggs one at a time as you're hitting each level. And so, I mean, as of right now, you know, the rejection is where it is. It's nothing different other than we're starting to create an uptrend structure. Even if we dip back down to the lows here and tap back into 55K, the trend is starting to veer back up. So we just got to pay attention to that specifically. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear. I mean, the rejection was expected. Um, I've talked about it many times on here. A few people talked about it. Even Snorlax like, I don't want to see the shoulder. We got the shoulder, the pit roll. But you know, ultimately, like we still kind of hold the range, right? We still kind of hold the range, so that's important to pay attention to too here. But I just wanted to point that out. You know, I wanted to throw in the cold world. I feel like that I love the meme. But I see Max is sitting here cooking, so I'll let him go ahead. And I know he's sitting here seething.
Oh, he thought it was Max. He thought it was Max.
No, but look. You can literally see
That's not
Max
me.
thinking on live stream.
Oh, yeah.
You
for
can see
sure.
him thinking while he's just
100%.
sitting there looking in the camera.
He's stewing. Yeah, he's stewing.
Yeah. What he wants to say.
Mm-hmm.
Stirring the pot.
Yep.
Did you want to jump in, Max, or I can keep going?
What do you think about this little range, Max? What do you think about this?
Well, I mean, you might look at that range and think that's awful. I hate this. And I look at this and I say, I love this. And I feel like I kind of have developed Stockholm Syndrome a little bit, where I have fallen in love with my captor and I'm being held hostage by this market. And I used to hate my
The
captor
brainwashed.
and I was prisoner to it. But now I enjoy the psychological torment of being a crypto trader. I love analyzing, you know, on the hourly time frame and below. I love being a long-term spot positioner, but you know, analyzing it like a scalper. And I love the whirlwind of emotions that, you know, you wake up to a pump and then, you know, it immediately Euro scalps down. You know, that's really cool. And what I'm looking forward to is
really
now
cool.
having it Euro scalp back up for a 100 RR. And I won't trade it, you know, but I'm enjoying the psychological torment of this range because I feel as though just as life is looking good, there's always Bitcoin to keep me grounded and humbled, you know? So I'm really appreciative of the beautiful beautiful micro range that we have formed here. I love the daily debate of, is this a high time frame complacency shoulder, or is this a high time frame pivot before higher? I love that debate, and I love that we get to have it every day because the range won't resolve. And I love being an American where Asia will do its best to pump the market, and then New York session hits and then we sell off. Like, I love that. So this is the best. Like, this is why we're all here in crypto. You know what I mean? Like, we're not here for like big pumps and technological adoption. We're here for 5-minute euro scalps. This is what we all love. Like, I love this. This is amazing. Every day it's a joy to wake up and just euro scalp this up and down. It's a joy. It's a joy. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, you have to understand, New York is now a third world country, so they need the money, right? They need the money because
you're not wrong, Will.
Without it, they're not going to survive.
Road stuck here.
You know what I've realized, though? Like, honestly, is that crypto is awesome like once every 4 years. Like, that's basically what it is. It's basically like leveraged Russell 2000. And, you need, in order for like a real bull market, you need the best of the best conditions. Or you need a very asymmetrically skewed offsides market to have a big move either way. And also, it doesn't take that much to just kind of like whipsaw this thing up and down. So I don't know. Like, I'm like, joking aside, like, I'm genuinely super, super bullish Bitcoin here. Like, I think that I think it's going to resolve to the upside, but like, this range is bullshit. Like, this sucks. Just like every day, I feel like it's like Chinese water torture, man. It's just like, it's just like a water drop on your forehead just every single day. It's just like, I mean, it's awful, like, what are you going to do?
Chip.
But like, if you
gotta smile through it, laugh through it.
I love this market, Louis. I want to just euro scalp this 100 RR,
bro,
maybe
hell
200
no.
RR.
I am not scalping, bro. If I'm forced to scalp a market, I'll just go to something else. I'm not scalping. I hate scalping. I think it's one of the worst things.
Well, I scalped over the weekend. I took Solana for a whole $2. It was just incredible. It was an incredible rush.
I'd rather play stocks, which are moving more, which is sad. It's really sad.
Well, imagine when you have Forex with insane liquidity, but you go to illiquid crypto to scalp.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's ridiculous. This thing can't even move.
Who the fuck are these guys?
They're like, don't worry, guys. We're going to attract all the big money by moving a couple dollars each day.
And you can even take it one step further. How about we get into this industry to scalp Ethereum?
Dude, literally, Tommy, that is literally mental illness is what that is.
So much fun, guys. So
lock
fun.
them up in a straitjacket and put them on medication. To want to wake up every day and euro scalp Ethereum, brother, seek help, please, and seek God, both.
What is that, man?
So much fun.
Yeah, sorry for the audience that has to endure, but we've been enduring daily, and it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, if we have to endure,
no. We get to endure, guys. This is amazing. Come on.
It's about the mental framework that you approach.
The only market that's going nowhere right now.
Here's the good news is that I just bought a new set of golf clubs, so I think this market motivated me to get a new set of Mizuno blades and Cleveland wedges. And the reason for that is I no longer receive joy out of doing what I thought I loved most, which was investing in digital assets. So I have to now get back into golf, which I hate even more than crypto, even though I'm good at it. I'm literally packing my bags. I'm packing my golf bag and my crypto bags. My bags are packed.
Life has dreams. Each one is wonderful.
Look, all I'm gonna say is that this shit's horrific. Can you flip me the screen real quick there, Tucker?
Wait, you guys? Yes,
The
I
big
can. But
bear?
you know what's really been beating us down is why we're so beaten down,
It
guys.
won't do anything.
Well, hang
It's
on,
This-
hang on.
literally just-
man.
I'm fine with Bitcoin dominance going up if Bitcoin USD is going up. The problem is Bitcoin dominance is going up with Bitcoin USD going down.
No, you're not,
They're both
Max.
stable
Because you
coins.
don't own any Bitcoin, Max. You don't own
No,
any
you didn't
Bitcoin.
hear me then. You didn't hear me.
What?
I don't care if Bitcoin dominance goes up if it's off the back of Bitcoin leading the market higher.
No, I heard you. I know.
Because
But
then it
you
will
still,
drag our
you still
altcoins
want
up
this
kicking
to
and
nuke.
screaming.
We all still want this to nuke.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
But the nightmare scenario is Bitcoin dominance going up with Bitcoin USD going down.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
care if Bitcoin
course.
dominance goes
yeah,
up higher.
of course, yeah.
I want it to nuke, but then we're in the nightmare right now. Like you are in the nightmare. You are in Bitcoin potentially building a complacency shoulder. I don't think it is, right? But that's the market being concerned about it.
No.
Building a complacency shoulder with dominance rising.
Here,
Are
this
you
needs
having
to be
fun yet?
studied.
Are you winning, son?
Max, one of the things we were talking about on yesterday's show was the longer Bitcoin dominance takes to break down, the bigger the eventual alt season will be because of what you just said. It's very much like a cyclical thing. Bitcoin dominance will climb and climb and climb and climb cyclically, and then when it tops, we get our alt season. So if you kind of continue to extrapolate that, the longer it takes for Bitcoin dominance to break down, the bigger the eventual alt season is going to be inevitably. It's just a question of, how long Bitcoin dominance can apparently go up longer than our precious altcoins can remain solvent.
Hey,
one
Fox,
thing-
this comment is
brother.
real.
You ain't getting through there. Let me tell you. It's not
Not
gonna happen.
getting through that first try. I agree. Ray Lewis is coming with the hit stick.
Guys,
Pit Vox's comment. Can we highlight that?
Are you gonna come for him, Will?
No.
He will come
Look at this comment.
We lost the house. Pack your bags.
Are you winning, son?
You know what would make this price action better?
Tommy.
Letting Jim phone on.
Chim
Chim, I'm
just
sending
called
you
for 45K.
sending you a
in the
DM right now,
comments.
Chim.
He was supposed to come on today, I think, but
No, he was gonna come on yesterday. He tagged me on Twitter, and I was like, "Come Monday," but I've been sick all week, so I kind of forgot about that. Chimp, I'm gonna send you a DM right now. All right, we're gonna see if Chimp wants to come on. We can make fun of his accent. All right.
Yeah.
Anybody ever seen Hellraiser? That's what this is. This is somebody opening the box and all the pleasure coming to you at once. Okay,
That sounds
what this
really
is right.
that sounds really nasty when you say it
Yeah,
like that.
it
Well, I don't
does.
know what you tried to say, but
You don't know what Hellraiser is, man? You never seen that?
No.
All right,
No.
all right.
is that like a boomer thing? Like for
No.
my parents would know
it's
what
an
it is,
older,
or-
scary movie with like a box. And they
Wait,
open
older,
it and
what
goes
year
in
did
there.
it come
Older,
out, Will?
yeah. I was gonna
What
say
year did it come
define
out?
older.
Look, it's not the cube old. Okay, we don't have to discuss that either.
It's called
probably older than You
Hellraiser?
guys have been
What's it
alive.
called?
Yeah,
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
the Cenobites.
Release
Yeah, the
date.
Cenobites come and they're basically they're doing their thing. They're doing their thing here. But you can look it up. You'll figure it out.
Oh, it looks like it came out in 1987.
Yep,
Look.
that's it. It's a British supernatural horror film.
Look, we're not going to talk about all that.
I
Listen,
need to watch horror films because I get to look at Bitcoin every day.
they have newer versions. But look, the point being is, what they did yesterday was painful, man. I was looking at the sauce like, oh shit, they flipped the range, and then I wake up today, they're like, oh, they brought it back below the range.
Have you noticed that we're just
Guys.
barding? We're just barding every single move.
We've seen this before, though. Come on, guys.
guys,
Well, yeah,
we are at 360 people on YouTube. I know lots of them are watching on X. If we are at 310 likes in 10 minutes, I'm gonna cook some alpha. If not, that's okay. We can just chat too and put on some soybeans.
We're at 175 right now, Jackass. 175.
Very much doable in 10 minutes.
Yes.
You know what you gotta do.
That's a pretty generous bar for your usual expectations, Jackass, I have to say.
Yeah.
He wants to cook today.
Hagen,
Yeah.
did you just take the chart back from me? Or who
No.
was that?
Max took
Max.
it.
Max
Just
took it so
showing
we could
you-
draw circles on sideways
I'm
lines on the
just
chart.
showing you what the next set of price action is going to look like. That's all. I was trying to be helpful. This is what it's going to look
I
like.
was trying to be.
Can you spot the trend, A9?
Bart after Bart after Bart.
That's the perfect description too, because it literally is just like, let me go sideways and do nothing, and then I'll move like 3 or 4% in a 5-minute period and then liquidate your position, and then I'll do nothing but chop. So if you want to revenge trade it, you have to sit and watch the screen for a whole day before you get any movement.
Yeah.
Bruv. It's so bad. But I will say this. There is a caveat, if I can get the screen back real quick. The caveat is this. That's the caveat. Does this continue to nuke? Because if dollar continues to nuke, that's actually really good for price action. So I did want to bring kind of a little bit of light to the scenario right now. It just, when the hell does crypto move? That's the question.
So guys, just a quick little update for you. If you want Jackass to cook, which I promise you do want that, we're gonna need about 80 more likes. Okay, give or take. That's real easy too. We got plenty of people in here, right? If you just
In 8
like
minutes,
it,
though.
yeah, you got time for that. You got plenty of time for that, guys. You just gotta like it. We're getting close.
Yeah. Push one button.
Oh, look who decided to show up.
Hello, gents. How we doing?
Oh, big chimp.
Look,
How's it going,
who
guys?
we have here. Chimp,
Look
welcome.
at this guy.
How we doing?
Doing good,
amazing,
The
man.
vibes. I'll be honest. The vibes don't seem fantastic. At this point, but, you know,
Are you enjoying the price action, Chimp? Are you having fun?
I'm loving it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 45k within an hour. The way things are going.
Oh my god.
It's hardly like. I mean, the problem is, right? Nothing. Bitcoin's backed by like nothing. So why would anyone buy it? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've just got to think about the facts here.
Yeah, that's so true. It's such a good point. It's a very profound argument, Chimp. Thank you for that.
Insightful.
That's right,
Yes,
that's right.
insightful.
I'll be honest. I've been having a hard time since Bitcoin puppets went to zero. I've lost everything, to be honest.
You dumped on us.
Yeah.
Master manipulation of the Bitcoin puppet market. I lured you all in, and I dumped the entire supply at the top.
Oh no, Max,
So,
what are you doing there?
So I actually I know I've been a little overly positive this morning. But I don't think things look like terrible, right? I mean, they do look terrible, but
they do.
They look terrible, but like
I do
I
not
kind of view this-
entertained.
I'm miserable if that's entertaining, you know. Like this is miserable price action, but
it is actually Tuesday. It is Tuesday.
Like we're in a range, and this is kind of a little, you know, you could draw something like this, right? And maybe we're, you know, doing something like this. And we've seen this before. Like, for example, let's move over here and we'll just take a quick look at this range. It's not uncommon to see absolute garbage price action upon a range reclaim. So here, let me go down to like the lower time frames. Actually, we've seen something like this before. When you get a little, you know, a little deviation down below, and then, you know, you see something like this. We've done this before, right? So you could make the case that, you know, we are in fact doing something like this after being reaccepted back into the range. And it's junky and it's painful locally, but I wouldn't say it's like a doom situation or anything like that. Like, I think it's all right. It's just a little frustrating locally, you know, like that's just ugly, right? But
well, Max, even similarly, if you look back earlier in the range, what is that, in May? I have it mapped out in mind, but you see that if you had the range drawn as like those, remember we used to have the older range, not like the extremes, but like the low of the range, let's say around 61.2. And you saw when we deviated that range low, you see that price action that preceded that impulse
You're
higher.
talking about this bleed right here, Louis?
What?
You're
Yep, right
about
there.
this?
So right there, you get like 3, and you actually could pinpoint the 3 impulses up. You got one, you got that wick high, you got the second one and the third one, and then after that third one, we kind of pumped out of it. If you actually look to what we're doing now, we just cut last night's move was kind of like that third impulse up. So I mean, I would expect something similar to what we saw there. And it's very similar price action coming out of a huge impulse up. You have to understand these big impulse ups, like after these liquidation events, like they take a while for the market to kind of digest it and kind of let a lot of that liquidity backfill, which gives us this shit kind of chop consolidation price action we're seeing. But I mean, eventually, once they do resolve and the market picks a direction, you could see that it resolves to the continued direction that we got the impulse from. So I'm comparing that right now to what we saw back in May, and it looks pretty similar to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I want to hear? I want to hear the moon phases. I want to hear Tommy's opinion of what this looks like right now, because I have an opinion. I'm not going to voice it because it's not good, but I want to hear Tommy's opinion.
Did you just say I have an opinion, but I'm not going to voice it because it's not good?
It's a bad
Did you
opinion.
Insult yourself, Will. What was that? Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah, you did. That's I need to hear, because I see Tommy over there stewing in his head, looking at the street, and just trying not to say what he's really thinking right now.
Guys, the clock is ticking for the Jackass show. All right, let's go. We're getting close. There's almost 400 of you watching on YouTube. If you haven't liked the stream yet, do us all a favor and hit that thumbs up button, and then Jackass is going to cook. You probably got, what, a few minutes left? That's all you got to do.
Well, look, guys, Mercury is currently in Gatorade, as the kids call it. No, Mercury is in retrograde right now, which is almost like always bearish, or at the very least, like causes chop in tech markets. So yeah, I mean, yesterday isn't really the best astrology as we kind of head into the end of retrograde, which is like the 24th to the 25th of the month. But after that, the astrology should get a lot better until, down the line. But I mean, just as far as August goes, yeah, this is like the week to to avoid it from like an astrological standpoint. But
Tucker, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Max, this isn't bearish, okay? This is only if you think COVID's going to happen again, all right? Like,
dude, that isn't bearish. That's literally calling for like a 50% nuke.
Max, let me help you, okay? Let me help
What did you say, Jackass? Jackass said something. What did you just say?
Tucker said, you only think if COVID happens. And then I said, they're unleashing monkeypox right now.
There you go. All right, there you go. I took out COVID for you. All right,
I had a tweet about this. I had a tweet about this with the monkeypox, Jackass. I think that tail risk for like disease-driven market turmoil is going to be the tail risk is going to be way overpriced, because it happened in 2020 and there's a lot of recency bias. People aren't the same.
I don't think anybody cares about monkeypox though. It's also like everybody's like, oh yeah, remember that happened 4 years ago and it was complete trash, lies, garbage. Like nobody is gonna care. The way that because that had never happened. Like we never had like a pandemic ever. Like,
wait, you guys don't care about monkeypox?
That's why it's called a black swan event. A lot of people like to act like they can predict this shit. They're a bunch of idiots. They're like, when your UPS guy is coming by and saying, hey, did you hear about monkeypox? Everybody freaking knows about it.
Why are you talking to your UPS guy about monkeypox, Will?
No, they're talking to me about it.
That's sus, Will. That is sus.
Stop believing MSN, man. Mainstream media is bullshit.
Just cut COVID out and study this. Like, tell me that RSI and stock don't look identical to that region. Right before we pumped, and probably would have continued pumping.
But
Okay.
Tucker, if we get COVID, I'm gonna be upset, bro.
We're not planning. We're not planning for black swans, Max.
But crypto would be in the best
Monkeypox?
position. Crypto would be in the best position because it's spread by sex, right? So all the crypto traders should be able to bid
What?
pretty hard.
It's true, yeah.
You said it's
A lot of guys on the timeline would catch monkeypox for sure.
That's true. And it's a very specific type of contraction. Like you only get it. No one say it on here. I don't want no one to say it. But only certain people get it, or there's a very high probability that they get it.
You know what it would? You know what we would call that, Max? We call that a cold, cold world. If
Snorlax, what does this pit roll, shoulder look like? What does this look like for pit?
What? That's a pretty broad question.
Show us the pit roll, Louis. Show us a pit roll, and Snorlax, you can narrate.
Oh, you guys just put me on real quick.
Narrate the pit roll.
No, that's not the pit roll. Your red circles are on the wrong side of that whole move.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, to be honest.
Talking about pit rolling, Louis.
This is what I was talking about. Look at this.
Look at this. Look at this sound analysis. No emotions.
Honestly,
no bullshit. Just Louis calling for higher prices with data. I love it.
My 1-month-old did some pattern recognition. This is what he found.
Louis had enough. Louis had enough, and I had enough too. Send it.
I had enough.
Yeah. We've had enough.
Guys, 20 likes, and then Jackass is going to be cooking for you. I know everybody's hungry.
Actually, Max, these call options, they expired. There was a 10-minute mark.
No, roll them back.
No, they're rolled. Yeah, they're rolled another 5.
We bought more time. Roll them back.
They went to 0.
No, they didn't go to 0. No, they didn't. Roll them back. You bought more time. It's fine. It's fine.
295. 295.
Guys, like the stream, please. I want Jackass to cook. Please do it for me. Okay? Please do it for me.
This is proving to be some solid demand, though, in the low time frames. If we're above here, I think, at least in the low time frames, we're all right. We're just kind of ranging in here.
So Louis, you don't think that this local sell-off today means 45K is coming?
No.
Really? Can you explain that to me? Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm confused by that.
When you're zoomed in on the hourly, it looks like a big drop, and it could be scary.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to put your big point pants on and just be like, oh, well, it was an overnight pump. Usually, we see those retraced as we just saw. And now we probably go, Patriots got to retake control, retest demand and then go. So,
but Louis, I will never not get excited about an illiquid Asia session pump. I won't do it. I will always be excited about it.
Louis, Patriots keep playing with my emotions, but I need this range to finally end.
Jackass, 311 likes. Let's go.
Here we go, Jackass. Here we go.
Have you ever seen dynamite strapped to a boar?
That's Tucker expertise, man.
Have you? Have you? I'm not even kidding. When I sent that in the Discord, a bunch of European guys freaked out.
They were like, dude, that's really messed up. Why would you put that away? The European mind can't understand dynamite strapped to a boar.
Never. All right, Jackass.
Now listen, there are two things. First is that the call options expired and they went to 0. Second thing is that we have a stacked panel and we have Louis Tuesday. And I realized this after, but maybe it's better if we let Louis cook and maybe Chimphone want to add something to the discussion too. And then maybe I can cook tomorrow.
No, don't put it off on me, Jackass.
Okay. I'll just put it that the call option has expired. The TP wasn't hit in time. It is what it is.
I remember rolling the calls back. We bought more time. I remember hitting the execution on that.
So are we saying lower prices? Is that what we're talking about here?
But the market maker did not approve that.
I got filled. We got filled. Trust me. We got filled.
No, that was on Polymarket maybe, but
All right, Louis. We don't need you, Jackass. All right. We have Louis. Louis is going to cook us up breakfast. Okay.
I know.
Your order didn't fill. My order got filled. We bought more time. Apparently, the market. Okay. Apparently, Jackass is BlackRock, and he called Robinhood, and they turned off the buy and the sell button. And
Exactly.
they basically
Oh,
gave
Ken Griffin and Citadel, bro. They were the ones.
Yeah,
the exchanges first, and the orders did not go through.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Louis. Let's ride, bro. What do you got for us here? Is this up? Is this bull flag? Please talk to us.
Yeah, so we would call that a bull flag, and that's a consolidation. Consistent lower highs and lower lows in a range bound environment. Obviously, that's tilted to the downside, which is bullish. I know you'd say your average Twitter chartist will look at it and be like lower highs and lower lows, aka bearish. But in an uptrend, which this is an uptrend. Okay, our trend is up, and we are still at a weekly supply and demand area, and this is still consolidation, especially on the weekly chart. Just zoomed out. 2 weeks ago we had that implosion of markets that obviously got swallowed up and pushed out of by equities already. I mean, look at this weekly candle. Like, this is all candlestick. This is all wick here. No body. So that means buyers were very strong and present in this zone coming into demand. And we held our structure on this bull flag, and we have all of this liquidity above here. And I'm going to keep talking about it until this resolves, because I mean, it doesn't make any sense to keep these highs untapped. With the formation, with the overall trend, which is higher, this is just a high time frame consolidation, in an uptrend. And until proven otherwise, until like we start coming down here, losing this structure, maybe coming into this lower area, we are, still in an uptrend, in my opinion. And the weekly chart, cuts out a lot of that noise. And as long as this wick low is respected right here, as far as like candlestick charting, this is our low. The low is technically in, and as long as this is respected by the other candlesticks that follow it, we should see a resume of trend. Maybe if we even do something like this and we come down, reclaim this supply, flip it in demand, and go. But this is my ultimate, not my ultimate, but like my main thesis at the moment, until proven otherwise, and that's what the higher time frames are telling me. So other than that, a lot of this low time frame noise is exactly that. It's just noise.
Well, I totally agree with you, Louis. My question for you as a follow-up would be, from a timing perspective, and obviously this is the most difficult part of trading, but from a timing perspective, how long can something, quote unquote, reaccumulate here before basically it just kind of rolls over and it's actually distribution? Or do you think that that's just off the table from what you're seeing?
I mean, there's no really putting a time frame on it. Have we done this a little longer than I expected? Yeah. I mean, 3 and 4 months was kind of my expectation. We're now in like 5 or 6. But you also have to remember with the timing of the market cycles, which is basically Bitcoin in a vacuum, is that we reached this all-time high quicker than we ever have. So the fact that we did that, we were a couple months ahead as far as market cycles go. So we did kind of need this time to basically catch up to our market cycle. And like Max has that chart, which is beautiful, which basically shows all the timing of the market cycles. And now we are finally kind of back on track with those market cycles. So, I mean, I could see maybe another month, but that month can be us heading back towards the upside. Like if Bitcoin spends, let's look at another view. If Bitcoin spends another month in this range, that's completely possible. But that month can be upside, like heading back towards the top of the range. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. But if we spend like a month in here, but that month is just Bitcoin kind of slowly grinding higher, reclaiming the mid range and then heading towards range high by the end of the month. Well, no, that's obviously just bad drawing. But if it takes a month still in this range, but that's upward price action, that's good. That's good. That's going to drag alts up with it, and that's going to bring all the altcoins and everything off the lows, and start bullish momentum. So yeah, can we spend another month in this range? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean it has to be to the downside. That could be upwards price action. And that would give us, from this range, from this area that we're at now, that's still like a 20% upside move for Bitcoin. So yes, we could spend more time in this range, but I would have to guess that the price action should start leaning toward the upside relatively soon here. And that's overall bullish for the whole crypto market. So, if Bitcoin has to drag altcoins and ETH with it, that's fine with me, because that's basically what it's been doing this whole cycle. And then if we get that Bitcoin breakout of range highs, new price discovery, then we finally see that ETH taking the lead, alts taking the lead. And then you get that altcoin type mania part of the cycle, which I still think is in play. And as far as market cycles go, we're still, on track for that. So, range bound doesn't always mean crap price action. It could be a 20% upside move for Bitcoin in a month span. And for alts, that will mean, a lot higher prices from where we are today.
I like it, Louis. I like it. We could grind up. I don't hate that. We could grind up. I mean, obviously, right, we need CZ to get out of jail. That needs to happen, right? Because I said this in the Discord yesterday. The secret ingredient that we've been missing in this market is crime, right? It's crime that we need to thrive. So
I couldn't agree more.
on September 29th, that returns. Yes, Chimp. On September 29th, that returns.
That was a good speech, Louis. It was a mic drop at the end. I like it. But
thanks,
do you
Jackass.
guys?
It means a lot from coming from you, Jeff.
Thank you. But thank you too for the cook session. And guys, what? You get debated again. You get debated. There won't be. You get debated again. There is the alpha. And let's jump into it, because you guys earned it. But I wanted Louis to cook first. He did it. Let's continue the cook session.
Jackass, look at that daily time frame swing fail that we just put in. Look at that.
You mean this one?
No.
All right. I getcha. I getcha.
You debated me.
Debated. Anyways, guys, let's begin. So, well, first of all, actually, let's look at the little cook session that I had yesterday right there. I actually didn't explain it. I was just drawing while Will was talking, but I was gonna explain kind of how we had a market structure break right here to the upside. We came back, took some of these stops into the FVG, and then I was just scrolling down to the super low time frames. Basically, I was gonna say how we had this little market structure break, then we had this little one, then we came back, took some of these stops, created this little very nice range, right? And then this was the little squiggly that was there. It played out super nicely. We are back to retest this range now, but still, this liquidity is going to get hunted sooner or later. So locally speaking, I think we could come back down here, take some of these stops, but obviously it's just just little lower time frame fun. These lows are still exposed, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I do not think we go below these two, right? There are right now some Euro scalper shit, but these two Mainly these two are currently exposed in case we do not hold here, which is a possibility. Like this little sell-off may extend a little, but then you will probably see something like this anyways. So that's kind of, the little one right here. But the thing is, and let me actually close this one. And the thing is that we are anyway right now, it's really just a painful experience. We are still trading within this daily candle right inside of here, right? So basically nothing is happening in this time period. It's just chop. There is a big support right down here. That's what you want to see hold, and we are looking to break above here. There is a clear market structure break that you had here locally speaking, and obviously like you get lots of these and it's inside of a larger range, so it's kind of a tougher to play and put all the context together. That's like 4D chess, which is super tough to explain and super hard to play, so I wouldn't get too much into that. But basically what you're looking for is anyways a move higher here, which people will be looking to short hedge right at like the OTE right here. You're gonna get a retest. Probably not though, because we might even like gonna send immediately. But anyways, the thing is that on the daily time frame, really not much to do here. You have two levels and you just gotta wait which one gets hit first, pretty much. But I do not think, I think basically this one already played out. It got slightly front run, but the thing is that it was inside of this 2-day selling, and you already took the stop, so there is no need to come down there anymore. If there is something that's currently exposed, that's these two lows on Jesus will. I know 100% it's will. Anyways.
I get a mute button on my mic.
These two are totally possible of sweeping right after taking these, but it's just a lower time frame range fun. Now, what I actually wanted to talk about, this was just the introduction, but something we need to mention. Lots of people, lots of cunts. Anyways, that's a Game of Thrones quote there, but lots of people are not paying attention to time in the markets, and time is super important, because there is a big difference if, for example, you have a market and then you're gonna get like this, right? This doesn't change sentiment. This doesn't create lots of accumulation, lots of volume, nothing. It's just a black swan. It's a liquidation event. Versus there is a big difference if you're going to get this, right? That's a big accumulation. That's a big base, and usually gets respected on a retest. Although lots of people think that this is a retest, when in fact it's usually right down here, usually to the POC or filling these FVGs or so before it actually plays out. But anyways, what I was trying to say is that how we move to a certain level matters a lot, like how quickly and what swings were taking place and what FVGs were kept untapped or so, right? So you gotta pay respect to those. And right here, what I was saying back then is that we have spent, like right here, we have spent 270 days. Then you get another range, and you get another 224 days, whatever, a few days. All in all, 500 days of accumulation and ranging. This is the base, which you will not see the price trade below unless it's over, unless like the code was correct on Bitcoin. These levels will be defended forever unless it's over. All right. So when we were trading right here, I was saying people are not appreciating enough what this breakout means, because you're breaking out of all of this time frame, all of this time spent down here. And when that happens, you you just do, like there was so many people who were like, oh, this is a fate, you know, deviation, and we're going to no. When you do get a breakout from such a long period of time, you will get continuation. And guess what happened? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight up monthly candles. That has only happened one single time in history. All right, it has never happened before. Sorry, this has only happened once, but we never had eight months. And what I was trying to say is that we got the trend continuation for so long. Obviously, after that, the time needs some time to chill, to reaccumulate, to find new energy for a new breakout. When that breakout comes, it's going to be a breakout once again that takes place for the next like 6 months, basically. Now let's look at quickly at the past, and let's look at the months when we had such quick follow through, right? So we had like right here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was a rarity. And then you get a pause in a single month, and then like these were 7 straight months. But basically what has happened was that the range began here, and you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of range. This created a reaccumulation right here, and then you had straight continuation. What happens here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight up monthly candles. What happens then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Basically 6 months of reaccumulation, and then you get another bull market, basically. Right here, obviously, this is all in log mode, so it may not look like a much, but in reality, this was nearly 2,000% move, right? The same thing right here. It may not look as much because it's in a log mode, but this one is 2,500%. Obviously, it matters where it happens. So like this was a secular bull market. So here you get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up monthly candles. Then you get a pullback. But this is actually another pullback. It's the beginning of a bear market back then, because it does matter.
I have a question for you real quick. I know you're cooking. I was looking at this actually literally last night. What do you think the odds are that this first run up that we had as a result of the ETF is somewhat equivalent to, I mean, right? Like we had 2 cycles almost within 2011 to 2014 or 2015. Do you think that we've seen that first test pump completed yet, where you see obviously that long consolidation period in the present playing out? But when we look at the cycles that you have outlined right here, I mean, we could be in that second blue box as well. This is something that I was thinking about last night. What do you think about that?
That's a great question. I'll get to that. I'll like follow up, and everything will fall into each other. And I should mention what you mentioned at the end right there. I'll continue here, and if not, just remind yourself. But I should continue on that. How like it couples with these and so forth. So anyways, depending that this was basically right, like still 3,007% higher above its prior cycle all-time highs. That's when you do not get a pullback anymore, but the market just got too much into euphoria and comes into a bear market. The same thing is here. But yeah, right here, again, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up monthly candles. Then you get a pullback, right? What happened here on more zoomed in version? You got sort of a reaccumulation here. This one was quicker. Obviously, each cycle, it plays out slightly differently, but also slightly same. So what happens after, right? Because it happens near its prior cycle all-time highs, you just get, right? Like you had 6 up monthly candles, you get a pullback, pause, and then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another up monthly candles, little pullback, and then the blow off top, then bear market, obviously, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that Right now, we had freaking 7 up monthly candles. As you can see, that is not happening in history. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 7 is a super rarity. Only happened one time in history, and we had few times of 6 monthly candles. Given the fact that right now this is happening around its prior cycle all-time high, it's way different than when you like had this, and this was way higher above its prior cycle all-time high. It's more like this one when you had 6 up monthly candles, right? And then you had the pullback, and then you had the continuation. It's way different than when it happens like right here. Then you get the reaccumulation, and then you send, right? So, and obviously, again, there are like context for each cycle is dependent too. There are different factors at play back then, this cycle, that cycle, and the current one. But again, we had very strong up move right here. This is an impulsive move. The market now needs to chill out. It's just simple market dynamics. The market is going to chill out, but then you will easily see the next 6 up monthly candles, and it could be like 5. Maybe it's just 4 very quick higher ones, but you basically just gonna get like something like this, right? These pullbacks, that will be just wicks. I cannot obviously draw candlestick on trading view, but this is easily something you can get straight from here. Then maybe you're gonna get something like, again, another pullback for like the next 6 months. Maybe this is the recession, right? Maybe this is a stock recession. You're gonna get a bigger pullback in Bitcoin, but in reality, this is like the bear market, where you just get a mild, larger time frame bull market pullback, and then you can easily continue once again. This is like a super cycle in commodities, which I do see unfolding. But anyways, going back to right here, right now we are we had this, as I said, we had this 270 days and 225 days, 500 days on average accumulation, right? These are pretty long ones. And obviously the longest one should take at the bottom. And then each time you move up, you're going to get lesser time in the reaccumulation zones, because as the market goes parabolic, right, it's not linear. It doesn't go like this. It goes like this, and the biggest profits are made in the last stages of a bull market. Always. That's how parabolas do work. So these little ranges should be taking lesser time than the ones before. Sometimes there can be an exception, of course, but more or less you see kind of the same right here. You are getting a very long one at the bottom. Then you get another one which is slightly slower or tighter, right? Then you get another push. Each one is very well retested. So here you're like on 170. Sorry, let's do it like this. Here you're on like 170 days. Right here it was 280, here it was 200, here is 175. Then you get like this one. We can, you do not need to get like into the details, but you are seeing, right, we are decreasing the reaccumulation time. And right here you are on 56 days, and it starts to get very quick with each one, basically, right? We could say that it's more like this. These two are basically the same. Then you get just the last one, and then you get the blow off top. It doesn't always have to be exactly like this. And obviously, as the market matures and gets a higher market cap, you will need more liquidity to stand it, which goes well with the diminishing returns as the market cap goes up. But the market cap of Bitcoin is still very low compared to gold one. And it can still be sending pretty well. So, but it's now needing more time to reaccumulate. So what we are getting, right, 270 days, 224 days. Well, guess what? We started the range basically here. We are now currently at like 168 days. What I'm trying to say is that this little range is coming to its end pretty soon. It's another reaccumulation range in a clear bull market. You do not need like to be like some high degree, analyst or whatever. You just simply see it's a bull market. You can put on some basic moving averages.
Ask a toddler which direction is this going to keep going. They're going to say up, to the right, and up.
To the right and up, yeah, basically. So where are you, Golden Cross? Right. You do not need like some crazy, you would probably put few moving averages and be like this. It's a clear bull market. It's a clear bull market. Reaccumulation in a hard time frame support. So the expected continuation is obviously to the upside. As annoying as it is locally, look at these last 3 weekly candles. We closed, we had a big dump here, and then look at these bodies of the candles. And hopefully this one is different this week. But let's say that we continue ranging like this until the end of the week. Probably the next one will be telling though, but or like it's gonna move. But regardless, let's say we spent like 200 days, maybe we start moving in September, but it's coming to an end. I'll continue. This breakout from here, right? So again, because right here, those are the differences. Right here, it was very efficient. Each of these little reaccumulation boxes got cleanly retested, more or less, right? Each one of these. Yeah, this one did not, but you will always get some inefficiencies along in the bull market, pretty much. So that's the thing, right? Here you had a big accumulation at the bottom, reaccumulation right above it. This was a clean retest. Here you had a very strong up move to the upside. Now the market needs a longer reaccumulation to take place. It's just like back here, it did not come back and retest the prior all-time highs, basically. This is what you're probably not getting here. This one is not getting retested, but guess what? This one has. Obviously, this is an index pair, but lots of exchanges kind of follow it. It's not always going to be profound like this. There's been inside amount of front running, like the spot bid that was during this week was insane, and I consider it being retested, even though on the like index chart, which is calculated, it wasn't, but on many exchanges, as I said, it was. That's all that matters. Again, you do not need to get too much scientific on this one. So you keep getting these higher time frame. And this is, by the way, why I kept saying I am like locally bearish, but macro bullish, right? So what's going to happen from here is that we are going to get a breakout soon, and this breakout is not the one to be faded. Like there are people saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna break out and then it's over. Like get the fuck off, man. Like what are you talking about, man? This breakout is gonna send it, and then we're going to create, and maybe like there are many different ways, and I cannot foresee this ahead because this breakout can take many various ways. Maybe we break out, right, and then come back, retest it early, and you're gonna start continue doing this on like the weekly time frame. That's possibility. But maybe we're just gonna get an inefficient move higher straight to like 120k, like something like this, and then what you're gonna get is a slow bleed, potentially slow bleed down over some time before another move higher. And I essentially do not know which one of these it's going to be, but when it happens, this becomes the new base, never to trade below, right? And again, as I said, when you get such a long reaccumulation, the breakout usually continues for some time. So, and my expectation is when we finally start trading higher is when alts should catch a bit, just like they have here. Although we do not exactly know when that low comes in. I think the low has come in, but we'll see. Now let's look at the Bollinger Bands, right, which measures the volatility basically. And let me get rid of these.
People shorting volatility on crypto majors, man. I mean, that's just I hate them on principle.
That's stupid, man. Listen, the volatility is going to come. As I said, every time the market always moves from like big volatility to low volatility to big volatility again. It's just the nature of a market. It has ranging periods and it has trending periods. It's just the nature of every market. And there has been a status quo found right now. The market is very squeezed on volatility, as you can see. This is the Bollinger Band width, what you see, which measures the width on of these Bollinger Bands. This is like directly on the price, and this is just the oscillator, basically. Whenever it goes up, the width is very high. Whenever it's very low, the width is very tight. And usually what happens during those times is that you're going to get a breakout, and many times you're going to get a fake move. And guess what? This was the range. This was the bottoming range. The volatility got very low, which was signs of the bottom. Then you get an FTX scam fake out, right? It fakes, and guess what? The volatility was the most bottomed before the drop. You get the drop, another low volatility, and then it begins to trend. Then you're gonna get another, right here. Look, the lowest point came in right here. You get a fake out, and then you get a trend. Well, guess what's happening right here? You had the lowest volatility, basically, and guess when it happened? It was happening right around here, right? That's when the market is going sideways. You get a fake move, just like here, and my anticipation is, again, that we keep sending higher. Essentially, so the volatility is coming regardless, right? You are only betting on the side, and I find the bottoming, I find the downside highly unlikely in that case, but the volatility is coming anyway. And as Tommy said, betting on volatility dropping is just ludicrous, in my opinion. Essentially, what you are getting right here is this, right? Not many people are seeing this, but you are getting a vertical, and I was sharing this in my newsletter, by the way, link in my bio, guys, on Twitter, if you want to know more and stay ahead of the markets. I was sharing this right when we are trading down here live on the monthly candle, and we are basically like forming a higher time frame inverted head and shoulders here, which lots of people are not seeing. You can also say that it's a big cup and handle formation. It's a vertical one, and essentially, basically, you cannot have an up only market. So the market is taking a breather here. It's taking a breather, but you know that this is going to break, and this is a base. This is a Wall Street base that will never be traded back down below it again. You need to think of this one, right? This is a deviation, and I think sub 31K is deviation, and this is a big accumulation range. In future, they will look at this range and look at it like this. Like this will be the scaling that you're gonna get. This is the down jot from 70s, basically. When you look back, it's right here. This is where crypto is trading right now, and people just cannot see the forest. They are looking at a single tree saying it's broken, but they do not understand that the forest is healthy, man. And so going back to BTC, right now it's just a healthy pullback. We'll see how we close this monthly candle. I still think we could close it even bullish. We'll see if maybe we even like manage to engulf it. Maybe doesn't really matter, like if it closes like this or like this. In any case, it's pretty much bullish. And I want to show you, by the way, how I was talking about gold, right? I was talking about gold a lot. People were not paying attention to this giant rising cup and handle formation, and it broke to the upside, and now everyone will be chasing. But they do not understand that when these break to the upside, there is a giant follow through that comes in. This is not stopping anytime soon, and this is where you have basically Bitcoin trading right now. I need to put it in the next chart next to it, but sorry. Right. Oh, who could have foreseen? Basically, what you are getting right here is this. We are trading right now, right here. This is the orange one, right? This is the bottoming range. It's not always exactly precisely the same, but you guys need to be seeing this, right? Then you get these little reaccumulations in the middle. They are just minor ones. The price is fractal. We are trading right now, right here, and you are getting sooner or later this breakout. I think the breakout is soon, and then I think that you'll be looking at gold like this, and you'll be looking at Bitcoin like this, and this is a proper scaling. And to Tommy's version, or like to Tommy's question, whether this is, and I think I partially answered that, right? But whether this is like, actually, let me go back to BTC right here. So I have it on a single chart. Whether that's a, just a like a first bull phase and then we get another one. Yes, I think so. And I think we are actually like somewhere around here. I think we are still super early. And I do see that when I measure BTC against many other major assets like NVIDIA and so forth. So I think that we are going to get a big breakout here soon. I think the recession is going to hit, but Bitcoin will stay strong. And then it will continue again. And then maybe we are going to get some bigger bear market for BTC. We'll see how that exactly plays out. It's too much in the future. I have some biases. I have some plays in my mind. But essentially, this is what I'm looking for on the higher time frame context from here. And maybe lastly, how gold played out in 08, right? So you can get an idea how hard assets perform in crisis. This is 2008. You can see that every single asset during a recession and liquidity crisis and so forth pulls back. It was a pretty big pullback, especially for gold, but it basically just retested its prior base and then continued its bull market, right? That's what I'm eyeing for for BTC, where even if a recession comes, this is a base to hold the price forever. Never trade it below. It's only going to trade below if the asset is over by some chance. And I do not see that happening, right? I know there will be some perma bears that will say, yeah, like Peter Schiff, Bitcoin is going to zero, right? Dan Peña and so forth, but or Robine, which are the best bottom signals. Good luck trusting those, but that's basically what I do see. So this is a future demand zone. If we ever trade back below, if we break above and any retrade back to it is a huge buying opportunity. And yeah, with that, I end my quick session. If you guys enjoyed it, keep smashing the like button as it helps the algo. And if you guys enjoyed these quick sessions, trust me, I share these every single week in my newsletter and every single day in the BB Discord.
I just wanted to say real quick, Jackass, this is kind of the scenario I was looking at too with the 58K move back into like 55K, 53K. This is what I was discussing, but obviously a little bit different in thought process. But again, just, we talked about flags many times on here. Flag. It's a flagging pattern, like regardless of what actually happens here. It's just really effing boring. I will say that, just really effing boring to sit here for 6 months and do absolutely nothing. That's I think that's the main frustration. I think everybody's expectations is up as far as, you know, I think everybody on the panel. And I just basically took this right here and kind of dropped it on top originally. This is something we were kind of studying as far as price action. I really think that we'll probably top around the 1618, which is roughly around that price range. Just like previous cycle, but again, just falling flag, and price action. Falling price action is bullish in my perspective. Definitely like the thought process of a potential, you know, inverted head and shoulders though. It's pretty unique. I haven't seen that one, but as far as falling flags, I think that everything was kind of written in the stars. The directionality just really boring at the moment. I wish crypto would do something.
You had to make the written in the stars reference, didn't you, Will?
Jackass, I got one follow-up question for you. First, that was great. Thank you for that. Really nice.
Thank you.
Second, you mentioned that you think during a recession, Bitcoin has the potential to remain strong like gold did during 2008. What do you think about Ethereum? Do you believe it will act like silver, or is Ethereum still going to be treated like risk rather than a commodity or a safe haven, or I don't know, something that will not nuke if stocks go down?
I think that's a good question, and I think that Ether. I have no idea how like people are gonna meme about it. I know Tom is going to fud it to zero anyway, but
Do so.
the moment it breaks 4K max, it's never trading below that price. It's that's the base to hold forever. It's even cleaner on Ether. And whether people adjust some names to it, like safe haven, whatever, like people even have a hard time determining what is a safe haven, because they will say it's gold, they will say it's XPX, they will say it's dollars, and I say each one for different time. When there is a imminent recession, imminent risk, only dollar are safe havens, or like fiat money. But try saving for 10 plus years in fiat currency and not seeing your value evaporate. So usually these credit events, they take like half a year at max. And that's when it's good to hold dollars, because all assets drop in that time period. But if you are talking like 5+ years, then it doesn't matter if it's SPX or if it's gold or now Bitcoin or Ether. They will hold its value over a long enough period of time. And because you'll get like clowns on social media saying that oh, look, there's a recession and your crypto is falling. So it's not a safe haven. I mean, those are the counterparty, and NPCs trusting those people. They are they are buying our bags at the top anyway. So I think that to your question, when Ether breaks 4K, that's the base to hold. Maybe just one last quick share right here.
The pit roll.
Yeah, I'd say like ETH looks. I would say this would probably be the play right here. Obviously, 4K would be just above the high, but
listen, the moment this is a giantest range you will see. This is the accumulation of Wall Street. They are buying your bags here. They have time. They're buying the bags here, which they will hold not for the next year or two. They will hold this for the next 20, 30, 50 years. They are like the boomers that just bought in freaking 70s, and they are holding the stock since then. They're is the range.
They're laughing at you for selling right here. They're
literally. Unless you believe that it's over, and I've learned to like anything is possible, but I doubt that like they've entered this space just to see it roll over. Then the moment we break above here, this is the base, not just this, the whole of this is the base to hold it forever. Like At that point, you basically, what you need to do is zoom out on a 12-month period and say, this is the D month, right? We are not able to see it because nobody's using the yearly time frame, maybe except Will though, but that's like the rarity.
Got
But
that
like
right.
this is going to become the base, the support, the daemon. You will see, you can run, and it's basically the same. It's just what it is, right? It's where people have accumulated the most. And once you break above here, there is no going back. The bull market begins, the outperformance begins, and it's so close now. You got the hard time frame retest. Why would we go any lower? You're gonna get lower time frame shenanigans, but why would you go lower anymore? It makes no sense.
If you understand TA, I think it makes sense for TA people. It's just harder for people who don't DTA. And I know a couple guys that are like, big players in the space. They don't use TA at all. And unfortunately, I think it hinders them in being able to see the bigger picture on some of these. But yeah, I think from a TA perspective, Ethereum has a lot of upside potential. Same thing with Bitcoin. And we've discussed it. I even said like Solana will probably stay relatively pegged to Bitcoin by the way it looks on Sol BTC. And if that's the case, then your upside is capped on Solana while your upside on Ethereum should outpace both. Looking at the two.
Louis, you're back up on the screen, brother, and you've got an arrow drawn on Bitcoin here. Would you show me your view on ETH as well? I'm curious what that looks like. Oh, nice squiggle. You're on mute, by the way, Louis.
Yeah, you're muted, Louis.
It's over.
Whoops. What's going on, guys? So yeah, as far as the daily goes, I already had this squiggle loaded, but I mean, we're at high time frame demand. We are still below our macro range, but I'm expecting a deviation and a continuation higher, especially once we see these ETF outflows from grayscale kind of subside, which they basically are dwindling at this point. I mean, a lot of this ETH play, matched up with how Bitcoin played when the ETF launched for the Bitcoin as well. And that is that Grayscale had a crap ton of Bitcoin on the balance sheet. They had way higher fees than their competitors. It was like a 2.5% fee versus BlackRock, and everyone else was offering like 0.25%. So obviously on those launches, we saw outflows from Bitcoin from the Grayscale ETF, but eventually most of that actually played out and kind of went into other ETFs. And this is what Bitcoin looked like. Let me just find a blank chart here. This is what Bitcoin looked like on its ETF launch, right? We had our range. Obviously, it went above the range, but literally this was the basically launch of the ETF. And then we saw downward price action right after the launch. And that was obviously, like I just said, a result of the ETF outflows. We got our range low deviation, right? And then we reclaimed the range, and then it was up from there. And that's what I think we're seeing with ETH. I mean, obviously, on it looks different. It's never going to look the same, right? But we had our launch. I'm pretty sure our launch was somewhere around this zone, one of these two peaks, and it's been kind of down only since then. But once we do see these ETF flows resolve, which they are almost close to resolving at this point, I am expecting a reclaim of this range. And once we get back above this range, I think it's going to be up only for ETH, similar to what we saw with Bitcoin. It reclaimed the range, and then it went on an 80% tear to the upside, back and broke its old all-time high. So I see no reason why ETH doesn't follow the playbook that Bitcoin did with its ETFs. Like, especially if stocks like keep swallowing up this most recent dip, like it's done. We're basically almost back to all-time highs in the stock market. And if that continues, right before we did get that flush, we saw a risk-on appetite in stocks. We saw the Russell, we saw the IWM. Those were all catching bids before, obviously, that kind of somewhat of a black swan event we had. And if we get back above the old all-time highs, I believe it's going to be very reflexive, like Max was saying, and it's going to happen quick. And that bid on risk-on assets is going to continue, just like we saw before the downturn. And I think that'll line up perfectly with the ETH ETFs being, they're available for these investors to invest in, as well as, Russell, and then obviously crypto altcoins will follow, farther down the risk curve. So, I mean, my main thesis is that ETH follows the Bitcoin ETF playbook, which is get the lows in, we reclaim the range soon, and then we see a climb back to the old all-time high relatively, in the next month or so.
I agree, Louis. I hope you're right, man. I really do. The issue I have with ETH is that the structure just looks a lot. It just looks like it needs a lot more work than Bitcoin's. But obviously, if Bitcoin moves up, you can't be really bearish ETH USD. You could be a little bit bearish Ethereum in terms of performance against Bitcoin, right? But if Bitcoin follows your squiggle, it's going to be hard to be bearish ETH. So hopefully, big deviation.
Have you guys looked at ETH longs on Bitfinex? Just out of curiosity. I usually like watching these smaller exchange long positions. Bro, I'd look at that. It looks beyond bottomed.
Can I cook at all, or is it? Have we finished?
So you're not allowed to cook at all, Jim. You got to sit here and listen. That's it.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Okay. All right. Can I share my screen? Is that all right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can actually. Let's So I just wanted to. You've been some pretty good alpha here, but can you see my screen?
No.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Holy Jesus.
So one of the assets I'm most bullish on this cycle is ADA. I think it's beaten down. I've been doing some TA. I've been trying to dial back a bit on the indicators. So I know it seems a bit bare. But yeah, I think we're in for a revisit to the all-time high. Oh, sorry, there's my 1R trade that went wrong. I'll delete that. So I think
he's freaking serious right now.
I think we'll see all-time highs pretty soon, and that's a 700% gain. So yeah, I'm pretty bullish ADA. I don't know what you guys think about this chart.
How long did that take you to make that?
Surprisingly, not very long. I'll be honest.
I'm only missing the 100-hour Euro scalper trade right there on the 1 minute time frame.
Yeah. So yeah, that's sort of my most bullish asset. Without joking though, if I can do it, I did actually buy some Andy today for the first time ever. Are we allowed to talk about Andy or not? Is there any controversies around it?
No, nobody's allowed to talk about Andy.
We're Andy Bulls here. Roll Andy
Excellent.
Good. So I slapped some fibs on here. I don't really know how they work, but I've seen a lot of people use them before.
Are you leverage trading it, or how's this working?
I've been liquidated already, so I'll be cheering. Okay. I'll be cheering you guys on from the sidelines. Yeah. But Andy's a pretty good cook. I actually think, without joking aside, though, I actually think ETH will probably do all right at some point soon-ish. Am I allowed to say that? Is Snorlax going to kill me for saying that?
No.
Because I think they launched the ETF at like literally. I mean, I know they didn't really have a choice in it, but summer is like the absolute worst time to launch it, isn't it? Because like everyone's on holiday. So I think we're going to see I reckon we'll see ETH actually doing some bits soon. I can't believe I'm saying that. Also, think of all the capitulation on it as well. Like so many people have actually given up on it.
They're going to half-pipe it. The ETF chart.
They proclaimed it dead. They legit proclaimed it dead, and people were writing to me saying that they swept so all of their E's into Sol.
I feel like this looks like if you asked a blind person to draw a chart. Do you know what I mean? Like one of the worst things I've ever seen. It feels like this is like Braille. Like I feel like it should be sticking out my screen.
There's a hell of a gap there, I'll tell you that.
Gap fill to here. What else is on the list? What else is on the DMT? Do we like DMT or not really?
We do.
Tommy does.
I
Tommy
do.
loves it.
Does.
That one got cooked. I'm not gonna lie. Every time
token right here.
Yeah, I think I bought here once, and then sold it like here, and then I bought it here, and then sold it here. So
that's what I did. That's what I did too. Yeah.
I haven't bought it since. I'll be honest.
Hold on. What do you think about the Tia chart there, Chipphone?
Tia. Oh yeah. I mean, what more can be said?
You think the bottom's in?
Depends. We'll get some. What we need is we need the airdrop bounce. How do you put text in here?
Yeah, we do.
As soon as you start getting these revolutionary chains built on Tia, they're going to be so different because they're using Tia. We're going to see a pretty huge green candle to the upside, I think, fellas.
From the airdrop map.
Yeah. The funny thing as well with that, I think I unstaked like here, and then obviously had to wait a bit for it to get unstaked to like here. And I remember thinking, oh, I've sold the bottom, haven't I? And then it just kept going all the way down.
You're like, thank God I got it.
So, this is probably the worst. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that. I'm actually so good at trading. If I took this trade right here and didn't just laugh about it on Twitter, I'd probably be, I don't know, I've had a few more quid than I do now, but that is beautiful. This is one of the worst charts, worst coins in crypto, by the way. This is, if you've ever bought this coin, you should be put in prison, is my opinion. This is so bad.
Just for buying it. If you bought and lost money, you should be in prison.
Yeah. And just like we had the airdrop bounce on this one is quite obviously going to be the sphere bounce.
Yeah, I was going to say
the sphere bounce.
As soon as the sphere happens and you get that big dog, hang on, like that, that's going to be. We're going to see
more like a cat.
Looks like a penguin, bro. Looks like a penguin.
Is that Sully Chimp?
What is on the
no. Sully's passed away, unfortunately. But
I see a pendle chart.
Oh, I was just about to go on that. This one's awful. Like, I actually feel bad for people that own this coin. Fun facts about this one, actually. I bought this all the way back here, right, before it was on Binance, and I sold it. And I'm not exaggerating, and I could probably dig out the transactions. 2 minutes after I sold it, it got listed on Binance and went up 200%. I'm not joking. That is a complete truth. And I was thinking, I'm being punished for trading crypto. This is God smiting me down with misfortune. It was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Did not deserve it.
That'll happen.
And this is a good chart as well. I don't know if you ever.
I haven't looked at it.
Up only. Sort of. You know what? I was more. I haven't looked at it in a while. When I brought it up, I thought it was gonna be like here. So this is a bit embarrassing, actually. We can cut this out, right? It's not live, yeah. This one is probably this one's actually a pretty good chart. I like this one a lot.
It actually has a bottom.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think so. I actually think, honestly, I think this coin could do really well. I think Aave is probably like the best DeFi project as well.
What do you think about Billy?
Billy, let's have a look.
Yeah, that's the one. That was the one. All the
that can't be the chart. That can't be the one.
It is. Yeah.
No, people need to. This is whoever's market making this. Jesus, turn off their algos. That's crazy. There's got to be a better one than that. There's
better ones. There you go. That's the better one.
Yeah. I tell you what. I actually bought it here again and bull posted it about 5 days ago. So thank you for reminding me because I have got some posts to delete. Thank you. Yeah, this one's cooked. Oh, this one though, this is my absolute favorite. Oh my God. But
No.
That's Billy. That's Billy right now. Billy's on his way
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, but the worst one about this one is you had people. I'm not going to name names, but the people in the Discords. He's actually going. I think he's going to prison soon, actually. So I can't actually say his name. He was basically saying how funny this was at the top, like here, and that I didn't get it because I wasn't American. And so, who's laughing now, buddy? Who's laughing now?
I
Down
still
100x.
think it's funny. I still think the meme is funny.
It's so unfunny. A Spoderman meme in 2024. That is crazy. That is crazy. No way. No way. Not having that.
I see people, the same people who are shilling Rollbit right now are shilling Bowden. If that
Yes,
tells you.
I know who you're talking about, Tommy. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's bags are packed with Rollbit, right? For the bull market.
For the bull market. Oh,
No, what is it at? Oh man.
That's it. See, these are my core positions. Rollbit, Unibot. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one.
I remember
such a good
Unibot.
one. Why does it keep throwing up all these rogue-like charts to me? Do I have to use? Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, my bags are packed for the next bull market.
For the next bull market.
And actually, no, I can't do the other one. What else? What other coins are good at the moment? What are some interesting coins? I can do some analysis. Come on, throw them at me. What's chat saying? Do I go to
What do
chat?
you guys
Is
think
that what
about
people
the
do?
coin chart right now?
What is Spoder, man? Is that
Somebody's asking about Oxcoin.
Spoder?
Oh, okay, that's the one I wasn't sure if I could bring up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Holy Jesus! What just
That
what
looks
happened
bullish. Looks bullish.
Fill the wick.
Will.
there?
Fill Wick, fill the Wick. Yeah, I've heard all the Tron. I haven't partaken in any Tron degeneracy yet, but I don't know about you. Okay, that is actually embarrassing. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that. I don't know what that was. Okay. That was crazy. That's like someone walking in. Well, yeah, I can't say that either. That was not good.
What the hell?
Somebody walking in while you were looking at your puppet.
Yeah, well, I don't. Oh, can I get that on here? No,
I don't think so. You have to go on Magic Eden.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't open other tabs on this. I don't know what's on this one.
40.
What other ones? What chat's saying? Ondo. Oh my god, Ondo to a condo or whatever it was. Yeah.
Hondo to a condo.
Yeah, if that condo's in
Right,
the condo's in Bangladesh, you'll probably be owning one soon.
No, Guatemala, bro. Condos in Guatemala.
That is crazy as well. Was it this one? This one everyone thought Larry Fink was buying, right?
Well, you got to make a narrative. You can't create exit liquidity if you don't tell people
real world assets, but we have no idea what the protocols themselves actually even do.
Yeah.
I heard this was the top of AI. Like this is the pinnacle of AI right here. That's what I heard.
I mean, it looks like it. It looks like it. I'll be honest. This is awful, isn't it? I mean, these are just terrible. I'd say the thing is though, with these charts, if you put it into log and then close your eyes, they actually look pretty good.
Close your eyes, he said.
If you squint hard enough, these actually look really bullish. I don't hate INJ. The only thing I have when I think about it though is like, if Jump is fully exiting crypto, what does that mean for like a Jump champion coin?
Yeah. What was that? Lido, right?
Oh man.
Wow. That's quite sad to see. I think this is why Degen Spartan's off Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah.
You mean Kobe?
You champion a coin, you get cracked, and then you leave. That's how
yeah. I do. It is one of my favorite things. They're looking at just coins that are absolutely. I mean, that's a
holy hell.
What was this? What was the drama around this? Didn't they like start just liquidating it or something? What was that? The team in
That
QG?
sounds about right.
Yeah.
What other modular coins are out there?
Sui.
Sui is not a modular coin.
It is.
I've got to take these off log. They're not as funny. There we go.
Man.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I've got we know someone that swears this is the next Soul. So the problem is they're Polish, so I don't. You know,
he hit on Bonk though. He hit on Bonk through.
He did. He cooked on Bonk. What a goat. What an absolute goat. What's Sui? Sui's actually. Oh yeah, because that was the coin of the day, wasn't it? Of last week.
Yeah, that was a big pump on Sui, though.
Yeah.
That was a big pump on Sui.
Looks
Yeah.
like
Now, do they retrace the whole thing, or did they keep it running?
I mean, I just think any layer one trade is pretty cooked at this point. I don't know. Maybe I'm ready to be proven wrong, but like, what more do you need?
What about DXY?
DXY.
pull up ARB.
Oh, right. That is the worst. That's the winner. That is the absolute winner there. Drops below
That's the number
edge of
101.
price is crazy.
Size Chad sends his regards.
I feel so happy I'm so happy I got to distribute my governance to willing buyers at $2 or whatever it was.
Arbitrum, the future of finance. All right, now DXY.
Oh man, DYDX. This is just data.
That never existed.
Yeah. What coin is this? I don't remember this one. This is the Hyperliquid coin, isn't it?
That's the one they were paying people with. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're doing the burns." And...
If Hyperliquid launches above 20 billion DV, you guys might not hear from me for a while.
How are you feeling about this one?
I feel pretty good having British pound sterling. I'll tell you that much for free.
Bro, I was trading with somebody with pounds the other day, and like I gave them like $30, and it was like $20 in their money. I was like, "Oh, I'm sad."
Yeah, well, that's what he said. Dollars are like fake money to me. So when I lose them, it's not even real. Do you know what I mean? Like all of my currency is set in dollars. So that's why I'm okay with losing my entire net worth in the past few months, because it's only dollars.
The pound just seems to be so much stronger.
Yeah, let's have a look at this. This is probably the most bullish chart. Wow, guys,
really bullish.
This is the monthly chart. We are. I'm targeting. Right. That's actually something I want to bring up. I don't know how long I've got. Probably not very long, so I won't stay on forever. But moving averages are support and resistance.
No.
Moving averages are support and resistance. I do not have anyone tell me
cards against you.
Oh, we've had this debate before, not just on the show, but I've had this debate with Chimp before. They are not support and resistance.
They are support and resistance.
We're not gonna argue.
Tommy, you need to put that into Google. Even Google tells you it's SR. Even Google. Okay. Dynamic SR, Tommy. Study that.
Well,
study it.
This one's also pretty bad as well. Yeah, I don't know. Layer one trades just seem a bit cooked to me, but yeah.
I mean, I think all the utility coins are pretty much looking like that or worse.
I still think DeFi comes back. Maybe I need to take my go back to in my straight jacket, but I do think DeFi is going to come back at some point. It seems like the best quote actual narrative. I can't believe I'm saying this.
What about Doge?
This is recorded.
Let's see Doge.
Huh?
Doge.
I don't know. What was that? I've never seen that.
I love when that dog pops up, man.
You got scared for a minute.
No, I did. I don't know what that was. That was crazy. I mean, yeah, this probably goes up, but I mean, I don't know. Like, there's just so many meme coins now. Like, who cares about this one?
Yeah, no.
Is that controversial to say? People are going to bet?
I don't think so.
Like Max would get upset with that.
With Doge?
Yeah, does he not like Doge? I thought he liked Doge.
Who?
I mean, I think we did, but it's traded like such a piece of garbage that
I like Doge. But it's I agree with you. There's a lot more competition now, but I feel like Doge will get bid, maybe for different reasons.
Maybe an ETF. If there's an ETF, then I could see that.
I mean, it's literally Bitcoin is what, like, it's a fork of Litecoin, which is a fork of Bitcoin, and it's proof of work. Doge is older than Ethereum. So it's like, I feel like this will be like the meme coin, the shit coin that boomers bid when they want to get frothy in crypto. Like, they're probably not going to bid Pepe because they don't know what it is. And Coinbase probably won't list Pepe because Polly pissed him off too much in the very beginning. So it's like, when boomers get a taste of Ethereum over 6,000, eventually, then they're going to be like, oh, we should buy meme coins. Oh, remember that doggy one? And then they're going to bid Doge, you know? So like, I think it will bid at the end of the cycle. How high it goes, I don't really know. But you also have new things like Doginals and DRC20s, which is like, you know, it's interesting. I own some speculatively, right? I kind of forgot that I even owned them, truthfully. But I like Doge, right? Like I think it's not like a real meme coin anymore. It's like I don't know.
It's religion. It's a way of life.
Yeah, I mean it's basically Litecoin. Like it's Litecoin. I don't know.
I can see that. I do agree. I actually do agree with that because you're right. Like it's the most accessible meme, isn't it? So for people external to the CT influence, it's probably quite.
And everybody's heard of it. Like even if you said it to your parents, like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I've heard about that." You know.
Yeah, I agree.
I still don't see the point in putting my money in it.
No, I agree with that as well. I think it gets bid, but it's not worth my time because I'm so poor. So
I think it'll pump again. I really do. Like I think it'll be an end of cycle pump, but I think there's better holds.
It's going to take a long time to digest that 2021 pump, so it'll probably go sideways for a pretty long time. And then I agree with you, Max. It'll probably be like the thing that people bid when, like the same dynamic that we see with Dino coins. At least I think of like May of 2021. That the last things to get bid were Litecoin, XRP. Stuff like that. It'll probably be grouped into a similar camp for meme coins.
Yeah.
These are
Effie would have launched like a meme coin ETF for ARK or something. And
no, but Chimp, that's not support and resistance, bro.
No, I was just looking at where it bounced off of support and resistance.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
No way. No.
I'm not responding.
Clownery.
I'm next to this one in a while. What's this one then? Oh, actually, I've got another fun story about this one. Snorlax probably knows what's coming. I in our chat, I think it was here. I went, "What do you think about coin?" And he said probably still overvalued because I was going to buy some, and he said, "Oh, all right." I was like, "Okay, I'll trust him. You know, he's a way better trader." So I didn't buy it. So thanks for that.
I fumbled some huge swing calls on this thing. I'm pretty pissed about that still. I called the move up to 180 and totally missed the option swing.
See that was, I'm just saying that's karma for deceiving.
We are all in the PayPal call position though. And we called it yesterday. So I definitely think that that thing's going up to 150 to fill the gap.
Oh, it's got big. You've got big resistance here, though.
Drop it on the daily.
Oh, okay. Never mind. The resistance is all behind us. Moon, all highs.
Find the gap.
Here.
Yep.
Jim, can you explain to me what a 36 MA is?
It's the trend.
EMA.
It's the trend EMA.
Why 36?
Why not?
It's a good point.
I'd say the only reason I did it is because I don't know if you know the in silico indicator is what's it called? What's it called? Who's got you? It's this one. I've got the free one. I hope I don't get killed for this. No,
Ribbons, right?
Yeah. Look, it's the 36 EMA. So I just trusted in silico to have it right. So there you go.
Is that the Vu Man shoe?
You wish, Will. You wish that was Vu Manchu. You couldn't handle Vu Manchu, Will.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I've got any more charts to laugh at with you guys. But yeah, thanks for letting me spill the alpha on your
Take us out, Tommy.
Is that cat in the washer before we exit?
What?
It's my cat in the washer, yeah. Yeah. They should make a coin about him.
My cat outside.
Cat in the washer. God.
Oh, had to let my Sully outside. He wants to hang out on the porch, but It was a show chock full of alpha and hopefully some laughs for you guys as well. Passing the time within this range, just waiting for it to break in either direction, right? But a few housekeeping measures before we officially finish up, guys. A reminder that we have launched our official SEC registered hedge fund run by the Because Bitcoin team. We specialize in trading digital assets, looking to capture their asymmetric history for upside returns while also balancing the investment risks posed in any financial market. So becoming an LP or an accredited investor is something that interests you. We do have more information linked in the description below. Check that out. Email us, and we will get back to you as quickly as we can with hopefully answering any and all of your questions. But we also have the BB Academy, which, as I've said, I mean, you guys have given us some really great feedback over the last few months. Max also just released a free course on top of that as well. So make sure to check out that. But it's really invaluable to be able to learn from a myriad of traders, and obviously a lot of people with very differing trading styles, as you can probably tell from Market Check. So check that out, whether or not you're trying to, build your educational base, or whether or not you're trying to take your trading to the next level, reach that mastery level potentially. BB Academy is a great way to do so. So check out the description below for more information. We also have the BB Terminal coming soon, guys. Very, very soon, which is an all-encompassing market terminal full of incredibly useful data, data aggregation, and obviously some great market insights. We're very excited to launch this product for you guys, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went on behind the scenes in order to get this product ready to be shipped to you guys. So we are very excited, like I said, and the wait will not have to be too much longer. So keep an eye out for that. Of course, as far as programming goes, if you are a Market Check enjoyer, we will be back for another episode tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are live at that time, Monday through Friday, whenever the New York Stock Exchange is open. So if you enjoyed today's cook session, the humor, a little bit of coping maybe, but also a lot of alpha sandwiched in between, we have a lot of fun on this show. So make sure to tune in. Again, I saw you guys slamming the like button earlier, so I appreciate that as well. Of course, make sure to also check out Market Talk, hosted by the legendary King Wabi. That is our afternoon Twitter Spaces. So if you're looking for maybe a spot to post up in the afternoon, you enjoyed Market Check, you want a bit more of a commentary on the market, maybe some market talk, no pun intended or pun intended. Make sure to tune into Wabi's show. He does a great job, and they have some great guests on there every week. So we have that as well. But that concludes the show today. We cooked for almost 2 hours for you guys. We hope that you enjoyed the stream, and we will be back for another episode of Market Check tomorrow morning, bright and early. We will see you guys there. But until then, thanks again, as always, and stay safe.